All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean, touch gloves, and let's do it.
There is a championship buzz in this arena.
Ooh, these are the ones, J.A.
I'm telling you.
These are the ones.
Justin Gaethje closing as a slight underdog tonight at home against Dustin Poirier.
MMA is such a big part of our lives that Selena doesn't generally watch, but she's at home right now, glued to the TV, John. She texted me, said, I gotta watch this one.
Gotta do it. Dustin Poirier in the black trunks. Justin Gaethje is in blue. And one of our producers picked up on some buzzwords in the Poirier locker room as he was getting ready to come out, as he lands a left and a right. Smother and pressure, the buzzwords coming out of the Poirier corner before they came out.
Poirier, go ahead. Already like 3 or 4 inside leg kicks, though, man. He's gotta check them.
He's got to at least punch, catch one, and take him down something every time he gets kicked in the legs. He's got to answer to those leg kicks.
Gaethje said it would be hard for Poirier to be patient with me in his face all night. Poirier just misses on the uppercut there.
Gaethje has to be one of the best leg kickers MMA has ever seen. I'm not saying in MMA right now. He's got to be one of the best leg kickers MMA has ever seen.
Nice straight right lands for Justin Gaethje.
Gaethje's already cut, doesn't care though, still pressuring forward, trying to get past that jab of Poirier. Watch the counter right hook of Poirier, that's gonna be one of his best weapons. He steps out and hits that counter right hook.
Not a great location for that cut, appears to be bothering Gaethje a little bit.
The inside kick's killing Poirier's leg though. DC, you're right, if he does not start checking that, he's gonna have no power in his left hand or his jab.
Gaethje likes to fight on the inside. Poirier is better at range, but at range is where Gaethje can land those kicks.
He's crowding Poirier's power. He's keeping him so stuffed that he can't get Gaethje at the end of his punches, and so he's crowding his power.
Oh, nice combination by Poirier. Nice long combination. Was blocked, but a nice long combination. Good jab by Gaethje.
Both guys landing at a 62% clip here through 2 minutes.
The eye's starting to shut down for Gaethje. That left eye's gonna get shut. He's not careful. He's gotta protect it.
Dustin's already starting to move a little gingerly on that front leg.
Yep, it hurts. He can't take many more of those kicks. It's starting to pick apart. Now his head's getting open because he's worried about the leg kicks. That's what Gaethje does. He chops your legs. You're so worried about defending your legs, you leave your head open and get knocked out.
Big deep breath from Poirier.
I mean, the pace that Justin Gaethje makes you fight at is crazy.
He wants you to keep punching him so that you get tired. That's what he wants. He's hoping Poirier keeps punching himself out like this at his guard.
Poirier's doing a good job of returning when he's getting kicked, but he's got to defend or check these leg kicks.
And at least in the early going, Poirier willing to fight at Justin Gaethje's preferred pace.
And he just looked at the clock 2 minutes in.
Well, certainly Dustin has earned Gaethje's respect. You saw how quickly he covered up.
Poirier doing a good job staying heavy on the offense, though. He's landing right back. He's not stepping back and just eating shots. He's landing back with Gaethje.
This is what we expected. These guys fighting in a phone booth.
Yep.
Poirier's gonna have to get some respect and get Justin moving back a little bit.
Oh yeah. That was heavy.
Or go to the body. That's why Alvarez had so much success, going to the body.
Gaethje has absorbed a lot of significant strikes here early. 38 to the head already for Poirier. Under 90 seconds, round 1. Little slip there by Gaethje. Poirier starting to settle in a little bit, rips the body effectively yet again there.
One of the bigger issues with being able to hit somebody is that you fall in love with it. You realize that they're there to be hit, so you start throwing everything with absolute power. You got to stay within yourself if you're Dustin Poirier when you're landing this many strikes on Justin Gaethje, because he's going to be here. He's going to be here for a while. He's not going out with one punch most times.
And he tries to pressure you, so if you do punch, it's not as powerful as you want because he crowds you so you can't extend your arms out.
Oh!
That was a heavy hook, though, that Poirier just landed. Nice left hook around the ear of Gaethje in the pocket. The leg kicks are adding up for Gaethje, though. That's going to really pay dividends in the second round. Gaethje can survive. I mean, you got 30 seconds left, and Gaethje's eating some shots.
Poirier is big and powerful at 155 pounds.
And of course, Gaethje doesn't cut a lot of weight to make this 156-pound limit.
No, he said that the only year he All-American in wrestling was the year that he just didn't cut any weight.
Right.
So he's taken that approach in his mixed martial arts career too.
Yep.
He said that the guys that are cutting weight fade as he puts the pressure on him. That's what he's counting on. He's saying, I'm going to chop his leg down and tire him out because he's cutting weight. I'm not. I'll have energy in the 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds, and he'll be done and chopped down.
Big hook landed there for Gaethje in that exchange. Great first round.
Interesting to watch them go back and forth. Weidman thought Gaethje won that first round, but he said, don't worry about banking rounds. Just go beat this kid up. Round 2 underway now.
The best coaches in the game don't just give good advice. They get their fighter hyped up and ready to win when they're in the most pain and they're doubting themselves the most. They know how to trigger their brain and get him to kill. And Gaethje said, oh, what happened? Who won that round? And he says, who cares about rounds? You're going to break him anyway. He says, you're right. And here we are right now, and he's coming heavy with the pressure. But don't forget, Dustin Poirier's leg is hurting bad.
Well, we saw a few fights ago, Jim Miller beat up the lower half of Poirier's leg. Dustin was able to win that fight by majority decision. But Gaethje certainly attacking the upper portion, the inside of that lead leg on the southpaw, Dustin Poirier.
I thought both guys found success in that round. Gaethje did a lot of good work with those leg kicks, but also Poirier did good work with his boxing.
A jab of Gaethje's landing a lot as well. He's using that jab very effective.
Starting to feint now. Nice level change by Poirier.
And that's because that leg's hurting.
Oh, yeah. Big shot lands for both guys.
Stop.
Dustin Poirier dealing with an eye poke. We'll see if we can take a look at it. Poirier seems ready to...
You've been keeping your hands open a lot. You gotta keep your hands up. That was right in the eye.
Pretty stern warning there from Herb Dean.
Yeah, because eye pokes will take your whole eye out. One eye poke, the fight could be over. It could be really bad. You got to be careful with those pokes.
Give me a second to clear your vision.
Ooh. Yeah, right in the eye.
To a leg kick.
And then you got to take the leg kick too. You know, your leg's already kind of beat up. You get poked in the eye and you got to take an extra leg kick.
What a pain.
So I'm going to have the doctor look at it? Come on. I can have the doctor look at it.
And now you're giving Justin Gaethje a rest from the beating and from the pressure, and now he can pressure even more than he did in the first place. I think that Poirier should have kept going.
Well, and I think that's what Dustin said. I don't want to bring in the doctor. I don't want to give Gaethje a break, but...
You give Gaethje a break, that's the last thing you want to do. You got to hope that the damage accumulates on him, but if you give him a rest, he gets rest from the beating he's taken too.
Looked like maybe Gaethje just got warned again, a little softer that time by Herb Dean.
Gaethje can throw the, nice combination by Poirier.
And he ate it and then threw a hook and landed his own hook in Gaethje.
I think that's his best strike. I think that's Gaethje's best punch, is the left hook.
This legendary chin of Justin Gaethje has been tested tonight. It is held up through the fight's first 7 minutes. Gaethje with a glancing left able to land. Oh, wow. Both fighters landing in the pocket.
I mean, it's crazy watching Justin Gaethje fight because this is the way the fight goes every single time. They wonder why he's been in the UFC for 3 fights and has had 2 main events already. Because if you want good fights, you stick Gaethje in there.
First UFC fight was the main event.
Yeah, and you put him in there with guys like Dustin Poirier, Eddie Alvarez, and Michael Johnson.
It's only the second round, and Poirier is starting to look a little bit weathered. He's on his back heel. He's doing good with his jab. He's ripping the body well, but that leg hurts, and you can see Gaethje just kind of getting him to step back, and he kind of looks at him like, stop kicking me, stop.
He's going to need him to switch. Dustin Poirier's got to switch stances.
Oh,
he's got to switch stances.
It's that leg. Nice combination.
Nice combination by Poirier.
Very nice. He's landed 4 or 5 punches in a row, and Gaethje just eats him.
You got to go to the body. If you're fighting Justin Gaethje, you got to go to the body. I think that's why Eddie Alvarez did so well.
Agreed.
He invested in the body early.
Gaethje could take damage to the head because it hurts, but if you take away the air out of his lungs, that's the one way you got to fight Gaethje.
And for the first time in the fight, Poirier thought there briefly about a strategy change, unable to take Gaethje down on that attempt. Poirier seems to be moving okay, but some significant swelling in and around that right knee.
Nice combination. He's just touch, 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 and then power at the end.
There he is. There goes the switch. fighting conventional a little bit.
Look at Poirier's inside of his thigh. His knee is just super swollen. His right leg, the inside of his leg is just swollen.
Not only will this affect his ability to stand, but he can't really set down on his punches, and he won't generate the power that he normally generates because he can't really get heavy on his leg.
And Poirier is landing more at a higher percentage for sure.
65% for Dustin Poirier as we approach the 1 minute mark here in round 2 of a possible 5.
I mean, through 2 rounds, Dustin Poirier is over 120 punches landed. 120 strikes landed.
It's a crazy pace.
It's unbelievable that these guys have to fight 25 minutes.
He has to go to the body more on Gaethje. He's only head hunting, and that's a problem.
Right hand lands flush over the top for Poirier.
Gaethje's body shots are those leg kicks, man.
Yep.
That's his investment. His investment is in the leg kicks. That's how he slows these guys down and he breaks them down. Oh, nice single leg by Poirier. Can he finish this?
That would be a no.
Oh, good
nice
elbow right there. Good elbow by Gaethje. Oh, nice.
Now Gaethje with some uppercuts here in the clinch. Kick up top for Gaethje. Oh!
And these guys are about to meet in the middle and see in this 3rd round. Let's see what this is made of.
What a show all of these fighters have put on here in Glendale, Arizona tonight. Round 3 of a possible 5 here.
This is a big round for Dustin Poirier in terms of him having to dig deep to stay in this fight. Justin Gaethje has some momentum. Looking at the posture of Poirier going back to his seat, it wasn't encouraging if you're Team Dustin.
What's interesting is Poirier took all the damage to the leg, Gaethje took all the damage to the head, and it looks like the leg damage hurt more than the head damage somehow.
Well, it usually does, right? It usually does, especially with a guy like Justin Gaethje who's so good at kicking your legs. And the cut on the eye of Poirier happened very quick at the end of that round. He was fine, and all of a sudden he's got this nasty cut on the left eye.
And he still hasn't taken 1 shot yet.
And Poirier said he didn't necessarily fear the 1-punch knockout power of Justin Gaethje, but he breaks a lot of guys who say, I've had enough, this guy's a maniac.
Yes.
And Gaethje at his maniacal best here tonight, under 4 minutes now, round 3.
Nicely timed takedown, but it's so frustrating when you take somebody down, and Poirier wanted just 1 second to breathe on top of him, and he gets right back up. Nice body shot by Poirier.
Dustin keeps pawing at that eye. Gaethje keeps just touching it. Oh, that kick.
He waits for the left hand of Poirier, and he fires that inside kick every time.
And then he just turns the knee out to check, right? Every time Dustin tries to return with a kick, he just turns it out to check. Poirier is not seeing that inside leg kick.
They're both tired.
Oh, those reactions are getting bigger and bigger.
Yep. Well, a lot of people didn't think we would get to the 3-minute mark of round 3. Both guys have had their moments.
He slipped the jab and came over with the 2, and you saw Poirier go, whoa, 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 whoa. What was that?
He's hurt.
Big elbow landed.
Poirier's hurt.
Yep, he's stuck on the fence, and now he's hoping. He wants to wrestle.
He's got to take time. He's got to back up and find some space. You can't try to go head first in here. You got to grab. Justin Gaethje is too smart. He's going to pick his shot. He won't waste energy and go crazy.
He's going to start hanging on the head, elbow and uppercut from here, make it dirty. Keep going to the legs with the knees.
This is good for Dustin Poirier, though. Being in the clinch, being able to hold and try to catch his breath, knock the cobwebs off.
Glendale crowd getting behind one of their own, Justin Gaethje, who has started to take control of this 3rd round.
Poirier recognized this, that the pace was going to be high. He recognized that at times Justin Gaethje will break you. That's his intent, is to break you. But at this point, right now, there isn't much he can do about it.
See, Gaethje just heads him off every time. You see Poirier circle out, and then Gaethje walks in front of him again and again. He doesn't follow him at all. He always heads you off and keeps you in a box.
And you saw Poirier move that right leg back. Just the thought of eating another one, and there goes Gaethje again. Perhaps, though, Poirier getting a second win here.
He's in great shape. He came in shape for this fight. He hasn't stopped either. He's fighting his heart out right now. Gaethje's just landing a little heavier shots to those legs, and that's why you're seeing such an effect on Poirier. It's the leg shots.
The crazy thing is, we talk about the Eddie Alvarez fight, but that was only 3 rounds. I mean, these guys have to do this for 2 more rounds if we get to the corners.
Big deep breath from Gaethje. You're talking about 2 of the toughest fighters on this roster, top to bottom. Putting on an absolute show tonight. Poirier now.
And Dustin Poirier is landing strikes and shots of his own. It's just that right now he's wearing the fight on his face, and in his reactions a little bit more than Justin Gaethje.
And Trevor Weidman to our immediate right. He's been smiling the whole time. Under a minute to go, round 3. The leg kicks for Gaethje, 73% on 51 attempts.
Trevor's smiling because this is what he sees every day, right? Yeah. He knows ultimately what the ending of this type of fight usually is for Justin Gaethje. And if you're Dustin Poirier, right now is not the time to be throwing everything with 100% power.
Oh, he's another eye poke there. He may take a point here.
That's a big break for Dustin Poirier.
Not really, because right now, DC, you start feeling that leg. You start taking an assessment of your body and how you feel. Gaethje's getting a break. What's Poirier thinking right now? Is he thinking my eye hurts, or is he thinking my leg hurts?
He's taking a point.
Looks like Herb's gonna take a point here.
That's a big deal.
You want to see the doctor?
Didn't answer.
We're fine. Huh? Wasn't it the other eye? No. This one again. This one, same one.
Well, the crowd doesn't like it, but DC, you don't seem to like it either. There was a stern warning earlier. Herb Dean decides to take a point here.
You have to, right? If you're following the rules, you get a stern warning, and then a point is taken.
Well, that has incited the masses in support of Justin Gaethje.
And Gaethje's pretty angry about that. Let's see what he does about it. Still mad. Mad at himself.
I watched it.
I can see how they've been. Is it getting better? Okay, if you take the full 5 minutes, you'll be good.
I'm okay. Okay, let's fight.
We'll take one final look at it here.
He got him in both eyes.
Yeah, looked like maybe the other eye, but here we go, final seconds of round 3, and that point deduction could end up huge if we do go the distance tonight.
Justin Gaethje has really good footwork. He does not chase his opponents ever.
Looked like a Poirier.
I think Gaethje's ahead pretty well, so we'll see what happens. But now Poirier's got one eye poke too, so if he pokes Gaethje back in the eye a second time, it could be even on the scorecards with that point deducted from Poirier too.
Well, for Justin Gaethje, despite the fact that he has a lot of experience in 5-round fights, this is the first time he's seen a 4th.
Big left hand lands by Poirier. He's looking for the finish here.
Gaethje hurt.
Gaethje's hurt bad, but he's been here before.
Gaethje nearly out on his feet. Poirier continues to land.
But he doesn't have the wherewithal to clinch.
Dustin Poirier, goodness. Knockout.
What? Oh my gosh, he does it.
He does not.
Big punch.
A fight for the ages in Glendale goes to the Louisianan, Dustin Poirier. So Dustin Poirier dealt with the leg kicks. He dealt with the fellow legend, Justin Gaethje. But the seminal blow comes in round 4, and Dustin Poirier closes the show. Our move of the fight is sponsored by Metro PCS, bringing you closer than ever to the UFC, putting knockout coverage in your hands by covering 99% of people in the US.
Dustin Poirier had thrown this counter left hand time and time again on the inside leg kick. This one landed clean. And right here, Justin Gaethje, an All-American wrestler, never tried to clinch, never tried to shoot a double leg. He did not have the understanding that I am hurt. I need to grab this guy. He stayed with what he has always done and tried to brawl. And Poirier is too smart, too sharp, too accurate, and found the kill shot. Great finish by Dustin Poirier.
What a war.
So Dustin Poirier unofficially lands 100.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 33 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep this clean. Touch gloves now if you wish to. All right, let's do this.
Well, if you bet that the fighters would not touch gloves, cash those tickets, and wherever you are in the world tonight, one way or another, we will all witness a piece of UFC history. The King is back, looking to regain his throne. And we are underway. This fight clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brew with a fighting spirit since 1925. McGregor in green, Nurmagomedov in black. McGregor lands early.
Pressure right off the bat by Conor. He's trying to force the shot out of Khabib with pressure instead of waiting for Khabib to come at him.
Khabib got a hold of his ankles. He's got his leg.
And what he's got to do is get his left leg over the back ankle of Khabib's right leg. He needs to get that. Conor needs the left leg behind the ankle of Khabib in order to stuff this. And now he's got it. But a good defense by Conor so far.
Look at this.
Got the ankles. As long as he stays on the ankle, he's good.
He's doing a fantastic job of defending. Look at him spinning around. Khabib looking to complete the takedown, and he gets it.
Man.
Conor gets right up to the cage. Let's see if he can get back up to his feet. This is one of the big questions. He's got his feet tied up well. Look how good Khabib has done a job of wrapping those two legs up together.
This is what he does to everybody he fights. He crosses your legs, and now if your legs can't get away, then you can't get up. You're pinned to the floor. And he's done this better than anybody. He elevates and straightens your legs out. And now what he's going to do is try to lift Conor's knees and legs higher than Conor's head so that he can't move. Conor's just got to stay calm and not use his energy because he's not taking damage here.
It feels like he's far better equipped to handle 5 rounds than he was when he left in 2016.
Khabib does such a good job of wrapping those legs up, extending them and wrapping them up so you can't get them out from under you.
I've never seen anybody be able to straighten a leg out like that. The way he hangs, and he almost knee bars you by collecting your heel up. It's just different how he holds you there. Most people can get away when you do that, but when Khabib grabs your legs, he just keeps them.
Yeah, he's doing it again. Look at him pinch those legs together.
He does it different, and they cross every single time. He crosses them over each other.
He's just so good at squeezing.
This is what you got to do to Conor early, though. If you're Khabib, you have to do this early. You can't try to give him all the rest he needs in the first couple rounds. That's when Conor's the most dangerous.
Couple right hands have landed for Khabib. His first strikes of the fight. McGregor trying to control his breathing. Ate a big right hand there.
And what Conor's doing is he's trying to dig underhooks and stay in a ball so there's no hooks. So Conor, see how he's got over the top of Khabib's head or his arms? He needs to get in between the arms and legs of Khabib if he's going to get up. He can't be on the outside of Khabib's arms here.
Again, Khabib ties those legs up together. It's just tremendous how he does it. And it's something that you see him do against every single guy he fights. They know what he wants to do. They can't stop it.
He's got a different type of pressure from here. I think he's just extremely strong as well. And now he's under the back of Conor, so that Conor can't get his hips underneath him.
It's a lifetime of grappling.
And you do have a referee in Herb Dean that is going to give Khabib every opportunity to work on the ground, especially when he has the legs trapped.
Right now we're seeing Conor okay because he's not taking damage, so he's staying very calm so he doesn't waste his energy. But once he gets wore out from this grappling, then you're going to start seeing Khabib posture up and start landing the big punches. But he can't do it too soon because otherwise Conor will get away. He's got to play the squeeze game right now. Nice pass, straight to half guard. And now the pressure is just heavy here. You could tell he's extremely heavy. That left shoulder and the chin of Conor really makes it minimal for Conor to be able to get to a hit.
He does a tremendous job, and he keeps you from being able to breathe. Pressure on the chest, and then the overwhelming sensation that he can continue to do this as long as he wants. And that is exhausting in and of itself.
I love that he's just being patient, though. This is what you've got to do to Conor early. You can't be silly and try to pretend that you're going to give him space to stand up. You've got to smother him and try to take some of the wind out of his sails early so he's not so powerful. Take some of that pop away and then take some chances after that if you're Khabib. And
Conor can't use too much explosive energy to try to get up without technique. If he does that, he knows he's going to burn himself out, and he knows if he can't stop Khabib, Khabib's going to be able to do this in the second, the third, the fourth, and then how long can he keep him away from him?
Well, don't forget, Conor used literally no energy right now because he took no damage. He did get stuck on the floor, but he has no, so this second round he'll be fresh. Let's see what he does with it.
Exactly the start that Khabib Nurmagomedov was looking for in round one. Begins on the feet. Let's see how it goes here early round two.
Conor knows he can land that left whenever he wants, so that's what he's waiting for. He's waiting for that counter. He's waiting to force Khabib to take a bad shot and then make him pay for it. That's what we're seeing here.
McGregor fires the knee, appeared to just miss.
Nasty right hand.
Wow.
And that's the problem with takedowns is they gain the respect of the striker. Your striking gets better if you force takedowns because you're thinking about the shot. And now the shot set up from the overhand. He goes back and forth, and that's what's made Nurmagomedov the best. That right hand.
Wow.
What an entry by Nurmagomedov, and now he has McGregor up against the fence, 4+ minutes with which to work.
And this is what Khabib has done to everybody. If you stuff his wrestling, then he's going to punch you. Once you start getting punched, his wrestling opens back up, and that's why you need a threat of grappling and striking mixed together. But realistically, the sharpness goes to Conor in the striking, but the grappling is just so one-dimensional and so over. Like he's just so much better.
He's working an arm triangle here. He's got it up. He's on top of him, full mount.
Good scramble by Conor, getting his guard back. Butterfly, not full guard.
But Khabib's all over him here.
And McGregor exploded there to try to escape, nothing doing. 90 seconds gone by here, round two.
And the moral victory of Khabib landing that big right hand. Oh, big ground and pound.
And Khabib said he wanted to make Conor suffer.
He also said he wanted to change his face. This is one of the scariest things I've ever heard a person say about a fight.
Well, not unlike Tony Ferguson, Khabib can go all day. Oh, big right hands landing from Nurmagomedov, who came into this fight unquestionably in the best shape of his life.
Conor's talking to him. I can't hear what he's saying, but he's getting tagged.
Well, that's Khabib talking, and he's not saying nice things.
Oh! Big elbow from Nurmagomedov did not appear to cut McGregor open.
The power he generates from this ground and pound is just interesting. I don't understand, because you can hear it landing over and over.
It's just ferocious. I mean, he's the best ground and pound artist in the sport. Oh! Conor's getting lit up. In serious trouble.
Oh, massive ground strikes here. Dean watching closely.
Khabib is trying to smash his face.
McGregor forced to just cover up. How many shots can one man take? 2 minutes to go in the round.
And he's trying to gas Khabib out because he's taking shots, but they're not the worst shots you could take. He's covered up. It just doesn't look good.
I don't think he's trying to gas Khabib out. I think he's getting smashed.
I think it's a mixture of everything.
I don't think he has a choice here. I don't think he's trying to gas him out. I think he's getting smashed.
I agree, but if you have no choice either.
Illegal knee on the ground by Conor. A knee to the head of a downed opponent.
Can't interlock the toes in the fence. McGregor got away with that one, still doing it. Herb Dean should be warning him there.
He's going for a Kimura here.
That is tight. That looks like it's going to get finished here, ladies and gentlemen. That's tight. Good defense. It's like Conor's not even sure. Why isn't he trying to get up?
Because he's exhausted and he's getting his face punched in. And I don't think he can. I just think Khabib is so much better on the ground that he's surprised.
I agree.
And Nurmagomedov's output hasn't waned one bit.
Now remember, we're dealing with the old rules here, so Khabib has to wait until he's fully up to hit him with knees.
Crowd goes bananas as McGregor gets upright, but for how long?
And he's taking some big, deep breaths.
30 seconds here in round 2.
Khabib can keep this pace for 5.
And I don't believe Conor has a stoppage win in the UFC after the second round.
That is correct.
Conor hasn't had an answer at all for the grappling Khabib in one bit.
Nurmagomedov with a huge second round, likely a 10-8. Round 3 brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of UFC. John Kavanagh not wanting McGregor to chase. We'll see if he can oblige.
Kavanagh said pressure to get your air back. You can get a little air if you pressure in the beginning. And now Khabib's tired too, don't forget that. The striking, he's full of blood. They both are.
Perhaps McGregor sensing that now.
McGregor looking for that big left hand.
Khabib used tons of energy on that ground and pound, Joe. Tons. That was a crazy pace, that last round.
Well, we did see him slow down considerably against Al Iaquinta in the later rounds.
And now you're seeing Conor go at the body. That's the same thing he did to Mendez. He waited 2 rounds and started teeping at the body, and then starts going up high. There it is. There's the teeps to the body. He's just trying to take their out of Khabib, letting Khabib wrestle himself out. Because you gotta, it can go both ways.
Well, you hate to read too much into the body language, but this is as fatigued as I've seen Khabib Nurmagomedov in that octagon.
I don't know if he looks fatigued to me. It doesn't look like he's breathing heavy. It looks like he's trying to find his moments, but he's getting outboxed.
Yeah, I don't think he's tired. I think he's just a little heavy from the grappling last round, but he's not tired per se. His muscles are full of blood, so he's a little slower. And that's where Conor can use his left.
And there's the shot.
And that's what his coaches, that's what they were talking about.
He stuffed that one. Oh, elbow by Conor.
That's what Kavanagh was talking about. Said the first couple shots are going to come heavy. Later, they won't be so heavy. Big right hand by Khabib.
Just over 3 minutes here in this 3rd round. Level change from Khabib.
He stuffs that as well. Look at this. This is where it's getting interesting. Now, the real question is, how much endurance does Conor have now? How much has he worked on his conditioning? And how do you prepare for a guy like Nurmagomedov? Nice knee to the body by Conor.
Those knees to the body will add up, and so will the punches and the kick teeps.
Oh, uppercut.
McGregor feints.
These guys are staring each other in the face right at time, no range at all. They're just sitting there punching, exchanging.
McGregor continues to bank that body work.
Seeing Khabib standing right in front of Conor like this is crazy.
I don't understand why he doesn't shoot, why he doesn't mix it up.
Oh, he clipped him to the left hand. Oh!
He slapped him. He slapped him on that one.
Front kick to the body by Conor. He's pawing with that punch. having a hard time getting that snap back.
And Khabib standing right in front of perhaps the best striker in UFC history. McGregor to the body again.
Good left hand to the body there by Conor. Another good knee.
Khabib to the body. He doesn't seem to fear the power coming back from McGregor as yet. Trip by Nurmagomedov, gets McGregor down briefly.
Back up to his feet though. Very interesting.
Keep those hands up. That's our focus. That's it. That's our focus.
Slight edge in terms of the significant strikes in round 3 for Conor. Less than a minute to go in the round.
And you see how Conor's collecting the left arm of Khabib. That stops him from being able to connect his hands, and he can't double off or grab a single leg. If you can't lock your hands together, you can't finish a takedown. So Conor's leaning against the fence and just controlling one arm.
So what does Khabib do to counter that?
You got to try to get a single leg the best you can, because you can't get a double as long as Conor's controlling your wrist. Here's grabbing the glove there. You can't clasp your hands together. The only thing you can do is keep the pressure like he's doing, so you're not getting picked apart. But you got
free.
See, he's got his glove. He's got his glove underneath it.
Keep fighting. Keep fighting.
So he's just holding it so he can't complete the takedown.
Stop.
15 minutes in the books. We head to the championship rounds.
Grabbing. What did Khabib just say to him?
Couldn't understand it.
Well, Conor
And talking to whomever. The referee, his opponent. Round 4.
Watch the counter left hand of Conor. It's what he's been setting up. He's waiting for the right hand of Khabib.
Oh, Conor looks very good coming out for this 4th round.
I swear, I think this is when he was looking to try to get him, wait for Khabib to get a little tired on the takedowns and look to knock him out later. You would think it'd be the other way around though.
Second time for both of these fighters to have seen a 4th round in their careers.
That jabbing front kick to the body. He used that fantastically against Chad Mendes, and he's using it here again tonight. There it is again.
He's so worried about the power in his hands that sometimes you forget about his legs.
Good entry by Nurmagomedov. McGregor trying to use the fence to his advantage. And he gets tripped right down. Too good.
He does such a good job of using his legs to wrap up your legs. But Conor's back up to his feet almost.
And this is where Khabib really starts to get ahead from this position. Once he gets here, he doesn't let go of that grip. And he goes back and forth between the double, and he wears you out by putting all that pressure on your arms like that. It makes you carry his weight up against the fence. He's done this time and time again, and when you try to stand up without hand control, he throws you.
Another warning from Herb Dean for a fence grab there.
His grappling is just one step ahead.
Just tremendous control on the ground.
4 of 7 on the takedowns for Nurmagomedov. But it's what he does with them. 2 minutes have gone by here in round 4.
Got an arm triangle almost, but Conor got weaseled his other arm in there.
It's in there, but it's still, the fact that he can pin the head against the arm is just, it's a big part of securing that. If he can control that, now he stepped the arm over, but now Conor regained that arm.
The one thing Conor has done is stayed pretty safe. He just getting controlled very badly is the only difference.
Good hip escape there by Conor. Needs to keep going if he has the energy. But again, Khabib uses those legs to tie his legs up. I mean, it's a big part of his grappling. It's not just grappling with his arms, but utilizing his legs for control.
Big left hands from Nurmagomedov.
Again, full mount, back mount.
There's the choke.
He's got it, it's under the neck.
There it is.
Nope, it's on the chin.
There's the tap. Still undisputed. Khabib Nurmagomedov has finished Conor McGregor tonight.
Look at him. Look at him screaming at the corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 3 seconds of the 4th round, declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov.
And with that, the UFC Flyweight Championship is underway. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Cejudo is in blue, Johnson is in the black and gold, befitting a champion.
And Cejudo immediately takes that karate stance that he used against Wilson Hayes. A very unique stance for him. I mean, looked more like Lyoto Machida or, you know, a Shotokan stylist than it would a guy who's an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. But he used it very effectively against Wilson Hayes. And almost totally, his ankle just rolled. What happened there? Oh, he's got a problem.
Cejudo switching up the footwork.
He's got a problem with his left foot. That is crazy.
So that left foot, Cejudo having a hard time putting any pressure on it, now going southpaw.
He's got to. The left foot, he can't put any pressure on it. It's rolling every time he tries to step that way. Every time he tries to step, he rolls on it.
That is crazy. I mean, that happened just from a weird movement.
Seems to be moving a little bit better on that foot now.
I don't know, it's shaking. When you look at him putting pressure on it, it's shaking. Also, the back of his left knee is very red. Now, I don't know if those two are related. I don't know if this is a previous injury.
Well, Cejudo said composure was the key tonight. Some early adversity for the challenger.
I mean, it is amazing that that happened so quickly.
Well, it looks better now.
But even the back of the right leg, look, every time DJ kicks him, it's like bruising up really badly.
Well, one other thing to take into consideration is Henry Cejudo cuts a lot of weight.
Yes.
And he had a real problem making 125 earlier in his career, to the point where the UFC forced him to fight at 135 and then come down.
He leaned on the UFC Performance Institute extensively during this training camp. 2 separate 1-week visits, remote consultations when he wasn't in Vegas.
He seems to be okay now. Seems to be moving okay.
And that was insane.
Head kick for DJ. Cejudo seemed to eat it without much issue. Cejudo coming in a little bit heavier than he did too, not in terms of the on-scale weight, but felt like he was too light in the midsection going into that first meeting.
And that's why I thought those knees hurt him so badly early in the first fight. He said the one thing that surprised him about DJ was he's small, so he said when he was looking across at him, it was insane how fast DJ was moving because he seemed tiny and quick.
And DJ's taking some chances. I mean, he's closing the distance and swinging.
Johnson has never been finished in 30 pro fights coming in.
Everything's so fluid with Demetrius Johnson. The stance switches from the technique from the left side, technique from the right side. There's no wasted action. Everything's so tight. He seems so fresh. For a guy that defended the title 11 times, he doesn't seem as if he's ever been in a war or ever truly challenged and made to do things that he doesn't want to do in the octagon.
And as we said as he was walking in, he's 31 years old. He's still in his prime.
Right.
So dumb.
Master at managing distance. No tell on most of his offensive advances.
Good kick to the body there by the champ.
He did a lot of damage to Cejudo's body in the first fight. So it'd be smart. I mean, and you know that's Demetrius and Coach Hume are smart guys. They will attack the body of Cejudo knowing that they can hurt him.
This fight has already lasted longer than that first meeting back in April of 2016.
His ability to change distances is so interesting because he does it more fluidly than I think anybody else I've ever seen fight.
If Cejudo tries to go back to fighting from a conventional position, DJ attacks his ankle, so he's almost forced to fight southpaw.
This may very well be a survival round for Henry, so he can go back and assess and talk to his corner and figure out what happened with his ankle. But he's not really pushing too hard. Oh, he got head kicked again. Oh, takedown. Oh, Henry Cejudo landed a good left hand there. A very good left hand.
But if you're Demetrius Johnson, you're confident, okay, I felt a good shot from him. A bigger guy, you know DJ can take it. But good action by Henry Cejudo. Forcing a wrestling action, and out of that wrestling action, landing some big strikes.
We did see a similar injury. I hate to go too far with it as Johnson lands in a different promotion and the nerves are compromised in the foot, and you can get that feeling back. So
yes, that was Michael Chandler, and Michael, unfortunately, they stopped that fight and he wasn't able to continue. But it seemed different in that fight, and he seems fine now. This is weird.
Well, there is some give to the octagon, right? There is a little bit of give to the floor in the octagon. Maybe the toe went into the mat, and that's why it turned. But yeah, there is a little give there in the octagon, so maybe that's what it was.
What was curious, though, was how they immediately put ice on his left knee, which makes me think we're dealing with something that was pre-existing. And that maybe the twisting of the ankle was just because the knee was giving out. Who knows until we ask him.
Nice single leg attack there by DJ. Great takedown defense by Henry. Henry's coaches said they want him down twice this round. Don't give him so much space.
Well, Henry's now back to orthodox stance. And he ate a leg kick there.
Cejudo has shot just once. We'll see how soon in this round he chooses to try to level change and get DJ down.
Henry landed a punch in that exchange. He looks quite a bit bigger.
Yes, he does look a lot bigger in the back, right? You can see in the back how much bigger he is than Demetrius.
Wow, seemed to be in position. Yeah, DJ not having it.
Yeah, he did a great job of reacting.
Henry with a big punch over the top. These are heavy shots by Cejudo, and they're coming in fast.
This Johnson title reign over 2,000 days, dates to September of 2012.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's absolutely insane, man. 5-6 years the champ.
It's about the only record he doesn't have, days as champion. Anderson Silva about 300 days ahead. Leg kicks on point for DJ.
You watch DJ fainting and getting reactions out of Henry Cejudo. He's got to be very careful with Team Cejudo not to overreact, because DJ's going to make the read and land the strike because of that reaction.
Interesting that Mike Beltran is not warning Henry to pull his hands back. He's got his fingers extended right in front of him. He definitely has the fingers up high, not facing towards him.
Nice body kick from Johnson.
Just so many different techniques coming at you when you fight Demetrius Johnson. And Cejudo is really doing a good job of countering and reacting and doing a lot of different techniques himself. But with DJ is constant on his feet. Oh, nice. Right hand by Henry.
Johnson too slick to be taken down thus far. Cejudo also said this week, you know, when I made my pro debut, this guy was already the reigning undisputed champion. So he's tried to close the gap. And we are late in round two. Pretty good sign for the challenger.
Well, he certainly looks way better in this fight than he did in the first fight, alluding to what you were saying earlier about his ability to improve.
He didn't really even get in a striking stance back then. He credits Alan Byers for helping him make that change and just the overall composition of him as a mixed martial arts striker.
Beautiful trip.
Inside off trip, that was nice. Now see if he can secure it. Yep, and he's got him secured in a half guard now. Now he can try to wear on DJ a little bit.
And the problems that DJ's had on the ground in the past, the Ian McCall fight, the Tim Elliott fight, those are the moments that he's had trouble, were the moments where people got him down and he was on the bottom.
And he hasn't been able to just explode up right away. It's when you can take him down and secure him a little bit and weigh on him. Cejudo's trying to weigh on him with his size a little bit right now. And even if it doesn't look like he's getting much damage off on DJ, this is a win for Team Cejudo because they've gotten him down and they've gotten some top position.
Looks like this California crowd starting to get behind Henry Cejudo now under 30 seconds, round 2.
Good control by Cejudo.
He's got DJ on a single leg now. This is okay for Henry Cejudo, though. This is just wrestling. This isn't grappling. At this point, it's just wrestling. DJ in on a single. Henry's more than willing to just sit here with his hips down low in the sprawl position.
And look at this. He's attacking the shoulders, which is legal with his knees.
We got a fight.
Let's see if DJ makes the adjustment. After he did that the first time, DJ started kneeing him in the first fight. Let's see if he makes that adjustment again.
Round 3, Cejudo came out southpaw. Now back to the orthodox stance. Landed a sharp right to the body.
And that's because DJ's fighting with a little more pressure now. He's going a lot more forward into Cejudo.
Cejudo forced to retreat.
DJ switches stances so fluidly, too. I mean, you can't tell what the best stance is. He fights just as good southpaw as he does orthodox. And who can you say that about?
Most guys have a singular stance that they're more comfortable in. This guy doesn't. He can fight equally as impressive on both sides. Again, nice inside-out trip to the front head pinch. Cejudo's now going to try to bring him forward to his hands. DJ's doing a good job of just attacking one hand.
A nice knee on the break by Cejudo.
He's doing a nice job staying relaxed. That was his foremost priority coming in, getting his breaths when he can in clinch situations.
I think it's very smart by Demetrious Johnson to really set the pace a little bit higher because for the 11 title defenses that he has, Henry Cejudo's only been scheduled for one 5-round fight. So you set that pace as high as you can and see if Henry can match the cardio of Demetrious Johnson. We've obviously never seen anyone do it to this point.
Especially when you consider that Henry most likely cut more weight than Demetrious did.
Last man to take a round from Demetrious Johnson, Tim Elliott, December of 2016. Perhaps Henry Cejudo did enough to get that second round from the judges tonight.
He's got to check those kicks. If you're Team Cejudo, you have to check kicks or DJ will continue to go there.
Oh, nice crack with the left hand for Johnson, who had his second shoulder surgery of his career earlier this year.
To your point earlier, Joe, you said Demetrious just switched his stance. He landed that beautiful outside leg kick on Cejudo, spun him, and switched stances and is right in front of him. He didn't even go back to it. Used it to change the position and then just switch stances.
Yeah, he really doesn't rely on one single side, and that's pretty incredible and very rare.
Two and a half minutes to go in round 3 of a possible 5. Dillashaw and Garbrandt to follow.
You hear Henry's coaches telling him, we need this round. We need round number 3.
Well, they got to think he probably won round 2. Or at least, I think he won it. I mean, it seemed like it. So we could very well be looking at 1-1 here.
Which is not normal when you're calling a Demetrious Johnson fight.
Right.
But you know DJ usually gets stronger as the fight goes on. He had enough energy in the Ray Borg fight, he told us, to do that suplex into the arm lock in that 5th and final round. So, nice counterattack from Cejudo.
But you watch DJ and he's not even breathing heavy at all yet.
Ooh.
And he's taking more chances than he normally does. He's entering range, he's throwing combinations. He's giving them just as much as he's taking them.
Oh, that leg's giving out a little bit. And he's reaching for it.
Certainly a productive round for the champion, but Cejudo did crack him.
Oh, look at this, gets the clinch.
Oh, nice throw by.
Beautiful.
Nice throw by Cejudo. Oh, good job by DJ.
Look at that. Oh, my God.
Nice roll by DJ. Nice Granby.
What do you do with that if you're Henry Cejudo? Under a minute to go round 3.
You keep going.
You keep going, but that's the difference, right? That's the difference. DJ didn't allow him to secure him that time. Before he could secure position, DJ was already moving to the next position.
You see a cut to the right of the right eye now for Henry Cejudo. Seems to be bleeding pretty good.
Good kick to the body by Mighty Mouse and gets out of range.
Yep.
He's landed quite a few of those big left body kicks.
He's landed 40 times to the legs, has worked the body well.
Hard knee to the body. And look at this. Rolls
and he's going,
again.
He's going right to that Granby. He's going right to that Granby the moment Cejudo takes him back.
So can Cejudo get wise to that, DC, and make the adjustment? What do you do? It's
very difficult because they have no shirt on. In wrestling, when a guy Granbys, you just kind of follow him through. It's hard to follow a guy like DJ through when you're not wearing a shirt.
Cejudo, who has now arrived at a 4th round for the first time in his 15-fight mixed martial arts career.
His coaches are telling him that he needs to pressure him with the boxing. He said, you have got to get Demetrius against the side of the octagon. When you punch, he backs up. You have to forward pressure with punches.
That left leg of Henry's is getting tender. You're seeing him react more and more to the leg kicks of Mighty Mouse. That one kind of slapped.
But I mean, this is a testament to DJ and the adjustments he can make on the fly, right? He's been in there with Henry Cejudo and making adjustments.
Big counter right from DJ, clips Cejudo right under the chin and looked to cause a cut under the chin. DJ starting to flow now, early round 4.
DC, if you were in Cejudo's corner, what kind of advice would you be giving him?
Get to the clinch, try to wrestle. Just try to wrestle more. You've shown an ability to get takedowns, you just haven't been able to hold it.
Oh, right, nice right hand there.
Oh,
the break, a nice knee to the body.
Oh, nice right hand by DJ. Woo. These boys are getting after it. These boys are getting after it.
That exchange provided some of the more significant strikes landed on either side. Cejudo unofficially 2 for 9 on his takedown attempts. I'd probably give him 3.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
He's secured more takedowns than that. I'm a wrestling coach. I know what a takedown is. He's gotten about 4 of them. Even on those rolls, those are takedowns, just not securing the position, but those are wrestling takedowns, yes. So wrong.
Shout out to Gilroy High School. Just over 3 minutes now in this first of potentially 2 championship rounds.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice
lead left, yes.
And then immediately goes southpaw.
I mean, Demetrius is just changing up, mixing it up, mixing the target, mixing the attacks. He's doing everything different now because Henry was starting to gain a beat on him a little bit.
That lead leg of Cejudo is beat up every which way. DJ with barely a scratch on him here midway through round 4.
Henry Cejudo has gotten a ton better. Oh, big body kick. Oh, he called him on the fight. Most times when a guy says, let's go, something really did take an effect on him.
Cejudo has held up to the body work of Johnson a lot better this time around. I guess that goes without saying, but has added muscle.
I mean, did you see that?
Oh,
did you see that?
Beautiful.
Did you see the change in the position there? He hit the shot, changed the angle with the head. I mean, that is high-level wrestling there by Henry Cejudo. He actually hit the attack, moved DJ's head over to the opposite side so that he can find his angle to finish, and he secured the position. Again, this is where you have to go. If you're Cejudo, when you're fighting Demetrius Johnson, you got to find a way to secure it.
Now, if you're Cejudo, you want to hold this position and do as much damage as you can. If you're thinking about the round, 1:40 to go. If he can dominate for 1:40 on the ground, that makes a very good argument that he's winning this round.
Yeah, but here's the problem. He can't try to do too much damage because the moment he gives too much space, DJ's out.
Right.
DJ is too good to try to posture and try to land big damage. You have to control here if you're Henry Cejudo.
Right.
You have to make him wrestle with you, get the damage off where you can, but make sure you keep the position.
DJ's trying to land knees from the bottom.
But if you're Henry Cejudo, you have to finish this round on top. DJ, it is imperative that he gets back to his feet and not finish this round on the bottom.
Cejudo, not much of a submission threat. It's just about control. Under a minute, we'll see if Cejudo can keep the champion flattened out.
There's a lot of blood coming. It looks like it's coming from Henry Cejudo. He's trying to pass over that leg.
He was trying to go to full guard. He's trying to go to full guard because he probably feels he can hold DJ better in there. But look at DJ trying to find his feet to the hips.
Henry's
nice
bleeding
butterfly.
quite a bit. We're having a hard time finding out where it's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere in his face.
Could very well be that cut under his chin.
A good top pressure here by Henry Cejudo. Excellent control. And he's going to ride out this round on top, landing shots, which easily could give him this round.
But DJ was winning this round to that point. But 2 minutes of top control to end the round is big for Cejudo, and now he's landing punches.
DJ most certainly was winning, but wouldn't you say that this is a more dominant aspect of the fight? Because DJ...
It boils down to round 2. How do you score round 2? If you give Henry round 4, which a lot of people could, it all depends on how you score round 2. But Demetrius Johnson does have a claim to each of these rounds also. But Henry Cejudo has made the adjustments, as we said, prior to the fight, and he's got himself in a competitive fight with potentially the greatest fighter of all time.
Really competitive fight.
Yes. And Coach Hume was very aware. He said, you got to give it all this round, DJ. Don't let him take you down and lay on top of you. He's going to forward pressure you and try to take you down.
And it all comes down to this one round.
Cejudo trying to find a window to shoot.
There's that leg kick again.
And that's a story to fight. Even the rounds that Henry may have won, it's DJ starting the round, touching him, kicking him, and then Cejudo going to get takedowns. And when he gets him and he can secure him, he has a claim to the round.
Pedestrian first minute plus of this 5th and final round.
But if you're Cejudo, this is okay because you're not falling behind a ton on points right now. Right? It's not much action in the beginning of the 5th, and if you can go get a takedown, have that big moment, you may win this fight.
And there's always the threat of Cejudo getting that takedown, especially now that he's done it several times now.
And his cardio's holding up really well. Cejudo looks good, DJ looks good, the cardio's holding up really well in this fight.
Oh, big kick.
Good body kick by DJ.
Just over 3 minutes here to decide this UFC Flyweight Championship. Looked like maybe a clash of heads. And Cejudo connected on the way up.
DJ's very aware of the takedown now, so as he enters, he's changing levels because he knows that he cannot get taken down again.
They're telling me it was a shoulder that hit DJ's head. Cejudo feints, Johnson bites.
You hear the urgency in the Cejudo corner picking up now.
We passed the halfway point.
They want and need that takedown.
Oh, beautiful counter left from Johnson. The tension in this Staples Center is palpable.
Now Cejudo's got to be thinking Johnson's outscoring him because he's clearly outscoring him with strikes.
2.5 minutes now, and his fight is on the table. Who wants it?
Oh.
Cejudo working off the back of Johnson. Can he get him down?
Right here, Henry Cejudo has to be aware, though. Demetrius Johnson has Granby rolled every time they've gotten to this position. He has to understand DJ's gonna roll here when he tries to return him to the mat. DJ's doing a fantastic job of isolating the hands on the hip. He's got to put his left hip out in front so that he can break this lock.
Wow. Cejudo tried, Johnson able to remain upright.
Wow, look at this. And Mighty Mouse turns it around on him.
I was getting away if I'm DJ. This is where Henry scored takedowns and inside-out trips. There it is. Look, same position.
Wow.
Same move. We scored these inside-out trips. You got to just watch DJ here, though. DJ back to his feet. 1 minute left in this fight.
Big for Johnson to be back.
Good left hand by Cejudo.
And that one got Johnson's attention.
Somebody's going to have to press here. This fight seems to be on the table.
Under a minute now to go.
My man Joe Rogan's out of his seat right now. He's leaning forward. This fight seems to be on the table right now with a minute left in the fight. What's going to be the thing that stands out to the judges? Who's going to leave the lasting impression?
Head kick from Johnson, partially blocked by Cejudo.
Right here, you got to empty the gas tank, John. You got to just go forward and let everything fly. You got 30 seconds left in this fight.
Cejudo trying to become just the second UFC flyweight champion.
Again with the trip, but it doesn't get.
Knee to the body lands for Cejudo. Another one for good measure. And a left hand behind the ear. DJ returns.
Oh! Oh, man. Oh! Oh!
What a fight!
What a fight!
What a fight!
Demetrius Johnson.
Joe
What a fight!
What a fight!
What a fight!
I almost cussed. I just about cussed a second ago. What a fight!
So
What a
Demetrius
fight.
Johnson and
Holy
Henry
smoke, what a
Cejudo
fight.
go the 25-minute distance. Has
a
Henry
fight.
Cejudo done enough to wrest the belt away
boy.
from the long-standing flyweight king Demetrius Johnson? The Cejudo corner believes they have done enough. Same can be said for Johnson's corner.
I mean, what a fight. Early in the fight, you see Cejudo roll the ankle. It looked like the fight was over before it even started. Then the big left hand by DJ. Just going like every other Demetrius Johnson fight. But at a point, Henry Cejudo started to change the narrative. DJ with the body shot. Outside leg kick by Demetrius. Inside leg kick by Demetrius. Then the takedown started. Inside out trip by Cejudo. Drops the head off to the left. Gets some top control. Right here again. Throw by. Takedown by Cejudo. Granby roll from DJ. Beautiful technique by Demetrius Johnson and Henry Cejudo. As we move forward into the fight again, double leg change, switch the angle, attack the high crotch, run the pipe, takes DJ down. This time he secures top position and holds him. Last round. From the clinch, inside out trip, but Demetrius Johnson is a champion. He's not gonna sit there and get beat. Gets back to his feet, and this is how the fight ended. Both guys just laying it all on the line. Henry throwing, DJ throwing, two fantastic champions. Amazing fight. Great job, gentlemen. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Ron McCarthy scores the contest, 48-47, Cejudo. Marcos Rosales scores it, 48-47, Johnson. As Sal Diamato scores the contest, 48-47 for the winner. And new undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Henry the Messenger Cejudo.
If you want to touch love, do it now. Go back to your corner.
Oh, here we go. The weight ends here, folks. Max Holloway, 12 in a row. Brian Ortega, undefeated as an MMA pro. Something has got to give tonight. Will we get a new champion? Or will the path to featherweight glory still go through Hawaii? Max blessed Holloway. And Brian T. City Ortega. Ortega is in blue. Holloway is in the black and gold. Befitting a champion, we are underway. Huge discrepancies in terms of the striking rate of these men. Holloway, the busier guy, the more effective striker on the feet, offensively and defensively.
Footwork and movement is such a big part of his game. And as we said, he's one of the very best at moving just out of the range of his opponent's attack and then right back in. And you see it right there. Just slides away. Very difficult to hit clean. And he's got such a high fight IQ. Knows when to move in, knows what to do and when to do it.
Holloway made his UFC debut at 20 years old against Dustin Poirier. He hasn't been finished since. Hasn't lost a fight in more than 5 years. Ortega presses forward and lands.
Oh, he tagged him.
Wow.
He tagged him with a 1-2.
Ooh. Looking for that counter right over the top. But Ortega not afraid to mix it in here, in close, in boxing range, showing some good head movement. Ooh. We saw him land that uppercut against Frankie Edgar. Nice right hand there from Max.
Ooh. Another nice right hand. Good angle. I like how he cut that angle to land that punch. Good kick.
Ortega switching some stances too.
Holloway rips the body.
And that's something Max does very well. He makes sure he attacks the body. He mixes things up. He'll go to the head and body, throw multiple punches at a time, especially if he has you hurt.
He digs there again, the body.
Ortega constantly switching his stances. 2.5 minutes have gone by here, round one.
Good right hand. Oh,
nice counter from Ortega.
Both guys.
Ooh, going for that head kick.
Nice flurry there from Max Holloway. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Oh, nice elbow.
And that got an acknowledgement from Holloway.
Nice hook to a right hand there from Ortega. Oh, stunned him.
Clean right hand.
Seems to be okay, shaking his head.
Good entry by Ortega.
Oh.
Good double leg. Max fighting, he's trying to push on the head.
You got one leg free.
Nice job from Holloway.
Good sign for Holloway as he gets right back to his feet.
Nice right hand from Max.
Beautiful right hand. And
He doesn't overswing it either, Joe. He just kind of snaps it out there, pops it right in your face.
He's a volume guy.
Oh! But Ortega's countering back as well.
He is.
He's not letting him get away with just landing these shots. He's coming back and landing his own. That elbow was beautiful as well.
We haven't seen Ortega touched up like this in a fight before, though. And it's going to be interesting to see how his cardio holds. He could be very tense here.
And he's starting to overswing a little bit.
Yes. He's throwing a lot of energy into these punches. Let's see if he starts to slow down, because Max will not. He will ramp up his pace, and if he senses any weakness at all, he'll start pouring it on. And he overwhelms you with his movement. In and out, in and out. You never know if he's coming or going.
Nice hook there from Holloway.
Oh, he's faking wobbling.
Oh, right hand.
Oh!
Nice knee. Very good knee. Head kick. Look at this.
Ortega enters on a single. Holloway using the fence to his advantage here. 10 seconds to go in the round.
Nice defense there from Holloway on these takedown attempts.
And made him work.
Strong start for the champion.
He used his weight on that. You see how as he hoisted him, he just kind of sat.
And Isaac Frost, get it today. A lot of support for Max Holloway here in Toronto. Had a big win over Anthony Showtime Pettis in this building at UFC 206. And he's been calling it the 10th Island all week.
There's that jab.
Nice leg kick there from Holloway. You haven't seen too many kicks from him yet.
The thing that starts getting discouraging about Holloway is that he just doesn't get tired. And he can just keep doing this. He just stays on you, keeps moving forward, never fades. His cardio is one of his biggest strengths.
And that 1-2 that he just landed, followed by another one right away, is exactly what he knocked out, or at least dropped Jose Aldo with the first time they fought. He snaps it out and then follows it right up with the same exact combo right when you think you're out of trouble.
Another right hand lands for Max Holloway. If you know the history on Brian Ortega, though, you know that he has rallied to win before.
Absolutely. Oh, nice clean right hand.
He has, but it's safe to say that this is the best fighter Brian Ortega has ever fought.
You know what it is, too? It's not necessarily the speed or the strength of Max Holloway. It's his timing that's so crucial for him. See right there?
Boom, boom.
It's super fast.
Yeah.
He waits for you to make a mistake or you move out of the way and you think you're safe, and he lands that right hand.
He's also just a wizard at movement. His movement is so efficient.
Ortega with a desperation shot there. His nose is busted up.
He's getting hurt.
These bright lights show this big first title shot. It's a lot to take in, especially against a dominant guy like Max Holloway.
It's Max. It's Max. He's the best. He's the best featherweight of all time.
Oh!
Beautiful job from Holloway.
Oh, big right counter from Ortega.
Ortega is busted up. Mouth is wide open now because he can't breathe out of his nose.
Comes back with his own combo, though.
At least to this point, Holloway not in fear of the power coming back his way on the feet. Oh! Nice head kick.
Oh, he just missed with that right hand. Glanced off the shoulder. T-City, though, trying. He's throwing punches. He's
got heart,
in this fight.
There's no doubt. There he
lands that right hand there.
There's no doubt about it. Brian Ortega has incredible heart.
Max got to be careful. He doesn't want to overcommit with that right hand. T-City looking for that right uppercut. Nice leg kick again from Holloway.
Him rallying.
Oh, beautiful right hand.
That right hand has been a piston all night, man.
Timing in the movement is just sensational. It's beautiful to watch. Look at that.
Nice. Oh, back
nice elbow. Beautiful elbow.
Nice combo from T-City. Still in. It's just, man, he's got to be having a lot of trouble breathing if that's all coming from his nose right now.
Big right hand for Holloway lands again.
Max poured it on. Look at that distance control by Holloway.
Max barely breathing heavy, 9 minutes in.
Oh, man. Clean right hands.
Oh,
he got
right hand.
Yeah, he did.
And that, Ortega is still in this, folks.
I think he's getting a little confidence. He's landed a few good shots here. He's pressing forward. But Max, again, three-punch combo.
And now Max is recognizing that that counter right is there, so he's backing away before it lands.
Ortega told us, I got that Mexican blood pouring through me. If I got to lean on the toughness and the heart, I can, but he is up against it here as we round down round two.
Nice right hand there from Ortega.
Well, when it comes between toughness, Mexican or Hawaiian, I say that's a wash.
That's a push.
Both these guys are going to take a shot.
People.
Ooh, nice stick back Ortega.
All right, 10 minutes down. We will go into the corner of Brian Ortega as Max Holloway intimates this is
hands down, inviting you to try to counter and then countering your counters.
Third round of a possible 5 here.
But what we didn't see there was that T-City did have some success. He did land some of his own shots. Nowhere near as many as Max did.
But they were clean. He landed some good, clean shots. And look at him. He's still fresh. He's looking good.
And he doesn't seem to have really gotten hurt by any of Holloway's offerings, just busted up.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. That was a very good left kick to the body.
Ooh.
Nice right hand. T-City's, I'm telling you, he's gaining a little bit of confidence here in the third. Oh, as I say that, Holloway lands a nice right hand again. I don't know what happened there.
Max going to the body there, well.
Combination from Ortega.
Oh, that was a big right hand by Ortega.
That got us attention.
He's wobbling a little bit.
Here comes Ortega.
And there's the takedown.
He's got it.
Ortega trying to transition to the back.
Oh, Max is up.
We got a fight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a fight.
Stiff jab there from Ortega. Oh, another right hand.
The right hand. Max is standing right in front of him now. He's not moving as well. And Ortega's really getting his timing down. Beautiful spinning elbow.
Ortega starting to settle in.
He really sunk that leg kick in.
And that all set up with that big left hook. Smacked Max with it, knocked him off balance right into that leg kick.
The composure of Ortega paying dividends here, 2 minutes into round 3.
There it is again.
Another hard leg kick.
Really whips it down, too. Max still keeping his volume up, though. When he throws, he's throwing 2, 3 at a time.
And the Ortega corner doesn't want him back.
Big uppercut.
Man, these guys are trading.
But what I'm seeing is that when Ortega's landing, it's having an effect on Holloway that we're not used to seeing.
That's fair.
Nice left hook, right hand there from Max.
And as you said, John, although Ortega's getting busted up, it doesn't seem like he's getting hurt.
Got him tied up here. We've seen him get a couple takedowns, but Max immediately pops right back up to his feet, keeps that whizzer, underhook, whatever he's got to do to get back to his feet. But now we see, Ortega with double underhooks here. And his corner, Joe, is telling him, you don't have to go for the takedown right away. Lay on him, wear on him. Watch out for that right elbow of Ortega as Max controls that inside of his arm.
I think it's safe to say this is already the most difficult defense.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the center of the octagon.
Oh, nice combo from Holloway. Now he's pressing forward.
There's another elbow by Ortega. Nice
body
left
shot.
to the body.
Yep. That's one thing Max will consistently do well throughout the fight, is mix up to the body and to the head.
Ortega's very creative. You see how he gets weird with those elbows? Just brings stuff out of nowhere. Oh, right hand by Ortega.
Man, these guys just punching straight in front of each other with combinations and great technique as well. Head kick there from Ortega.
Holloway able to partially get that guard up.
Yeah.
45 seconds in the round.
Nice right hand.
Oh, good right hand.
Holloway starting to regain a little traction here late.
Excellent exchange. But Ortega pressing forward. Ortega seems to have much more confidence in this round. There's a takedown attempt again.
Holloway fighting for the underhook. Wow.
What a fight, man.
All right, so Holloway calling his shot.
Brian Ortega looks sensational now.
Oh!
He's so good at switching stances, Holloway.
Yep, he's comfortable. Oh, nice
straight left.
Oh! He's making Ortega miss badly in this round.
He's pouring it on. Look at him.
Holloway showboating now. Back to the well with the body shot.
Man. Joe, has he switched southpaw like this yet in this fight? He hasn't yet.
He has a little bit, yeah. He's gone back and forth.
Oh, and there he goes. He switches back.
He's just really hard to predict.
He was doing really well from southpaw, and he's consistently going back to that in this round. Oh!
He hurt him with that right hook.
Can you imagine if he finishes it in this round after he just said that to you, possibly?
It's what he did with Aldo. It's exactly what he did with Aldo. Oh, Ortega, though. Nasty right hook to the body.
Oh,
Ortega still. Oh! Oh, my goodness. This is some championship level stuff.
Beautiful body work as well from Holloway.
Everything. Ortega looking for that takedown. Holloway
pouring
up.
Oh! Ortega's hurt. Oh, he's hurt. He's trying to clinch.
Holloway trying to get enough separation to close the show.
The
Holloway
pressure.
digging to the body. The volume and the pressure that Holloway puts. Oh, Ortega with the right hand.
But Max goes nowhere. Oh. He does not stop throwing punches, Joe.
The volume is insane. His pressure and his cardio just off the charts.
And when he switches southpaw, it just switches everything for Ortega. Now Ortega's southpaw.
And he can do it southpaw. He throws a nasty straight left. I mean, he doesn't have a weak side.
Man, both guys are swinging. For every one that Ortega lands, Max is landing 3 or 4 punches at a time.
And it just makes you wilt with the pressure. Over 500 combined strikes right now.
And Holloway's landed nearly 200 at a 52% clip. Ortega retreats.
He's getting his head snapped back. He's looking for the takedown. There's a lot of energy Ortega's using here. If Holloway can defend.
Nice job by Holloway to post.
That was it. He tried to snap him down to get that guillotine, but Max all over it.
A lot of blood coming off of Brian Ortega's face.
Holloway just so efficient. Just touching him, not putting everything into every shot.
Framing off with that right elbow, looking to get some space.
Holloway chance here in Toronto. Under 2 minutes now to go round 4.
Look at this. Tried to pull guard. Oh!
And look at Ortega's face.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that eye is bad. Man, Max is relentless. Body, head.
Ortega,
Look at that body work, Joe.
Just digging.
Switching angles, cuts off.
Look at this.
Never there.
He's going for a guillotine. This is crazy.
And Holloway wisely will welcome Ortega back to his feet. Just over a minute to go in round 4.
His right eye, or excuse me, his left eye is a mess.
And an elbow for it as well. Oh, my goodness. They might not let him come out for round 5, Joe.
Insane.
Entry on a single here for Ortega. Holloway works his way to the fence.
Holloway effortless, though, with his takedown defense. It's so good.
That guillotine's there if he wants it, Joe. He don't want it.
No, he wants to beat him up.
He wants to just pound.
Vicious hook to the body there.
Look at that body work again from Holloway.
And upstairs. Look at that, full mount. He's gonna take a leg. He's gonna take a leg. Max gotta be careful there. Get out. Look at this.
30 seconds to go in the round.
Ortega is busted up.
Holloway continues to work that body to great effect. And now back up top.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. It's like a 10-punch combo from Max.
Yves Levine watching the action closely. 20 minutes down, a massive push round for Max Holloway.
He just looked at me and said, that close. Woo!
The doctors are going to take a look at Ortega. I think that eye might be shut.
It. I mean, he is a beaten man.
Yeah, he can't. Oh, okay, he can. It's underneath. It's not closing his eye completely yet, but he is taking a beating.
He is taking a beating, but man, this kid has heart.
These are the type of fights that have an impact on a career long term. You got to wonder
They're talking to the doctor right now.
Yeah, Doc, give him a second. Doc, talk to him.
Max!
That might be it. That's it. That's it.
Max Holloway has retained his UFC featherweight championship. Brian Ortega unable to answer the horn for a 5th round, and the celebration is on. Holloway still the best in the world. Well, Max Holloway just declaring himself the best ever. He will get no argument from the broadcast booth here tonight. Told us he was going to close the show in round 4.
That's the best ever,
and that's exactly what he did.
There's never been a better featherweight champion.
And to the surprise of so many, he closed as a slight betting underdog here tonight.
That's ridiculous. I have no idea why that was the case. That didn't make any sense to me. I guess they were saying that based on him not being able to make weight for the Khabib fight and then the concussion symptoms that took him out of the July fight, but man, that's the best ever.
And in the middle of that fight, when the chin had to hold up for him, it did for Max blessed Holloway.
With all respect to Jose Aldo when he was the king, and he was a sensational king for a long time, I believe this is the best featherweight of all time.
This replay is brought to you by Nurmagomedov, bold character since 1872.
And they were trying to keep it going. The doctor said, no way. You can't see out of that eye. And they were just concerned that he had just taken way too many punches. And his heart, the heart of Brian Ortega, you can't deny it. And that, unfortunately, sometimes gets great fighters in trouble. And that was probably the case here. He was taking a beating. Towards the end of this round, he was shooting for takedowns. He was trying to pull guard. And Max Holloway was just masterful.
And Max Holloway is looking to stamp himself as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time. And he is already in that discussion. The numbers are just absurd. Not to make too...
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 4, the doctor has called a stop to this contest. Therefore, the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Max Bless Holloway.
UFC canvas for the first time in about a year, taking on Showtime Pettis. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Ferguson came home from the hospital after surgery in April, immediately started doing 20-pound curls until he couldn't work out anymore. He is a freak.
See Pettis going right after the knees right away of Ferguson.
Right away.
Right after the leg. And it already hurts. You see him limping already. Can't get kicked in the legs. That hurts.
And Ferguson returns to him.
And you see the scar on the side of his knee. Pettis going right after that lead leg.
Yeah, it seems like Ferguson's limping a little bit on that leg.
It looks like it hurts. He just got kicked in it very hard.
Well, you got to realize when you're talking about 6 months from a catastrophic knee surgery like that, I mean, completely detached from the bone, massive scar, you got to wonder if it's 100%.
It's only been 6 months?
Yeah, April. Injury was April 1st.
Well, Dom, you're a guy who's come back from multiple surgeries. You know how long it takes. It's very rare that someone can come back from a gigantic knee surgery and be 100% after 6 months.
Well, 6 months is a ridiculous time frame, I'll be honest. It takes at least 9 to get as strong as you need it. So the fact that he's pushing the pace like that is pretty crazy.
Nice stick.
And I don't like the way he's moving. It looks like it's hurt.
He might have rushed it, but we don't know.
Yeah.
You can't
we don't
about
know
that with Ferguson.
Right, it could have been the kicks that Pettis landed.
Because he looks good now.
Or it could be that it's hurt.
The biggest thing Ferguson said he wanted to do is utilize his jab in this fight. That was going to be the biggest problem for Pettis. And what's cool about it is he switches and he's got a really good southpaw jab and a really good conventional jab.
Oh yeah, he can absolutely fight from anywhere. The question is, did he give himself enough time to recover from the surgery?
And he did no physical therapy. He took his recovery into his own hands, none.
I don't know what to say about any of that. I honestly have no words for that.
Don't shoot the messenger.
He's crazy. I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's brilliant in that regard.
Correct. That's his own way.
The Pettis camp felt like they picked up a lot of things on tape of Ferguson being a hittable guy. Tony said, watch all the film you want. I'll pick him apart on the feet. We have hit the midpoint of round 1.
Blocked it all, though.
And nothing landed.
Well, he spends a lot of time working on a Wing Chun dummy. He does that.
Yeah.
I mean, he does a lot of really unorthodox stuff in terms of mixed martial arts.
Your friend Eddie Bravo talks about him training for 6 hours straight. I mean, it's absurd.
Well, Eddie's trained with a lot of guys. He said he's never seen anyone with the kind of endurance that Tony has.
I know you hit that elliptical for 2 hours the other day, though.
I mean, his pressure is crazy. The pressure that he's putting on Pettis right now is silly. This is exhausting to move the way Pettis has to, and he's guessing too, because look how Ferguson moves his head, switches combinations, always giving you a different look, and always pressuring you. And he's not chasing; he's heading off Pettis.
Yeah, tremendous pressure, and whatever we thought was going on with his leg earlier might have just been. Ooh, and there's another hard leg kick to that leg, but he looks fine.
Yeah, nice counter right from Ferguson.
And he's using it a lot. Inside leg kick with that leg. He's landed several to Pettis' left leg. Tremendous pressure, though. Look at him.
Pettis doing a good job seeing everything. The only thing that worries me is moving back this much is exhausting if you're Pettis. That pressure is just ridiculous. And he's got to clinch him or do something to deal with the pressure. Go to the body of Ferguson, fake a shot, throw uppercut, throw knees, something. Because right now, Ferguson is just on it.
All over him. Front kick to the body, inside leg kick again. I mean, he is just smothering Pettis. Pettis just can't get any space.
He's basically keeping him in a phone booth by heading him off.
And he's slowing down. You're seeing Pettis' punches coming slower.
Well, the key is of what Ferguson's doing game plan-wise is now Pettis doesn't have his trickiness. He can't make reads. He can't have timing because he's moving back the whole time. Blocked.
Nice left hand there, stuck by Ferguson.
Beautiful uppercut. And look at him, walking him down, talking to him.
Beautiful jab there by Ferguson, former two-time All-American wrestler at Grand Valley State University as a wrestler.
Again, inside leg kick twice. And just does not get tired. It's one of the craziest things about this guy.
And
sorry, Joe, go ahead.
Just as mentally tough as it comes, and he draws such strength from that. Couple big right hands from Ferguson. Pettis shakes him off, but a strong close to round 1 for El Cucuy. Round 2 here.
Second round, fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Fight!
Well, the pressure's already exhausting, but then you add the fact that he's pressuring by switching stance, so that takes away your counter reads too. And then he's kicking your legs when he switches stance.
Yeah, he's chewing.
Oh, he got him! Hey, he's hurt. And that's one thing about Pettis. He can finish anything. He's on him. He's on him.
He's attacking the leg.
Oh, Ferguson bleeding bad here. Busted open.
Beautiful by Pettis. And that's the thing. Pettis wanted a war. He wanted to feel this pain, and so he's in it. And now he got what he wanted. He hurt Ferguson, and now he has Ferguson's respect.
There's a lot of blood coming from somewhere.
Might be his jaw.
Yeah, it looks like the mouth of Tony Ferguson.
So some definite adversity here for Ferguson.
Pettis has got to be very careful of Tony's guard, though. I would like to see him try to just stand up.
I'm just glad this is on the ground because I want to see these two gentlemen grapple. Ferguson right after it, immediately staying offensive.
Well, there's a tremendous amount of blood coming out of Tony Ferguson's mouth. And you got to wonder what is going on.
I think it's from his head.
A lot of it coming from Pettis, too.
Head?
It's got to be the top of his head. Or is he, I don't know, I can't tell.
It might be from both gentlemen.
Yeah, they're both cut to pieces.
Pettis is losing a ton of blood here.
Elbow from Ferguson.
This fight as advertised so far.
This is what they wanted, and this is what we get.
Jason Herzog's going to check that cut of Anthony Pettis.
I think it was on the ground that he landed that. I think he threw it in the guard and landed it on Anthony in the guard.
This can't be that bad that they have to stop this.
No, well, right.
It's not above the eye, so they won't stop it because it's not above the eye.
Oh, it's in the hairline. It's a giant cut on the right side of his head.
I need another rag for his eyes. Please, a rag. How are we doing? He's good. He's fine. Okay, 1 moment. I need a rag. Let's get over.
Herzog now calling for a rag to clear Tony's eyes.
Good reffing by Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, one of the best in the business.
This is a fight.
We are the only 3 gentlemen sitting in the T-Mobile Arena right now.
Woo! Oh my goodness, it's getting wild.
I'm just thankful for this fight right here, right now.
I mean, how's this as an appetizer for Khabib and Conor? 3 minutes to go in this second of a possible 3 rounds. Ferguson ripping the body there.
Ferguson seems to have fully recovered.
And he's never even looked tired for a second. Just his head got jogged a little. Watch Pettis look for an overhand right. It's there all night.
Pettis flat against the cage here.
But he's looking like the pressure is just too much again, like it was earlier. He landed a beautiful shot in between, and that's what he was saying he needed to do. Find the openings and land.
Non-stop output and forward motion from Tony Ferguson.
I mean, he puts pressure on you like no one else in the business. Right hand to the body.
Oh.
Right hand.
Pettis forced to retreat here. Under 2 minutes to go in the round.
Oh, left hook.
Pettis has taken a lot of big shots here, Joe.
Big elbow.
I mean, Ferguson is just non-stop.
He sliced up the left side of him as well now.
See, the thing about Ferguson is he loves the pain.
He does. Pettis, I think, cut from that cloth as well. He is masked in blood here.
Pettis showing his toughness right now. He's not out of this. He's still throwing heat, and he can still drop Ferguson at any point. We've seen it. Oh,
there's that elbow
beautiful.
Again.
Grab the hand, slip over the top with an elbow.
Oh!
There's the right hand. That's there all night for him if he can fire it at the right time.
Oh, left hand lands flush for Pettis.
Oh my goodness. I can't take this after the Derek Lewis fight.
They're literally fighting in a phone booth right now.
This is amazing.
Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness.
Another elbow from Tony Ferguson. Under a minute to go in the round.
These guys are just exchanging in the corners.
Oh, that cut on Anthony Pettis is something else.
Nice elbows by Ferguson. He mixes it up so well, and he doesn't stop being offensive.
No such thing as breathing room when you're fighting Tony Ferguson.
Oh! Those are landing very heavy. Ferguson's hitting him very hard. Pettis needs to get on his bike and start moving. He can't sit here like this.
And we just got showered with blood here in the booth. Final seconds of the round. Pettis covers up. Mixed martial arts.
Gracious.
Unbelievable pressure.
Unreal fight so far.
UFC at 229, Khabib versus McGregor is presented by Harley-Davidson. When you fire up an HD motorcycle, adrenaline kicks in and refuses to tap out. Check it out at h-d.com/explore.
Breathe, Anthony. Big breath.
Yeah, we're covered with blood.
You're good. Look up, okay. What do you want to do? If you
I
can't
got
go,
blood
we
all
gotta
over
stop
me.
it. What do you want to do? You tell me. That hand's broken? What do you want to do? I don't want you going out there if you can't fight the way you need to fight, all right? I can't have you fighting him if you didn't got that hand, all right? Hand's broken. Yeah,
That's it.
Broke his hand.
So that's the fight. Anthony Pettis breaks his right hand. Duke Roufus not going to send his longtime pupil out there. Somewhat anticlimactic, but El Cucuy is back in a big way tonight.
Wow, that's surprising.
You know, we sometimes sit here and bemoan the fact that corners don't save their fighters often enough. I know people are going to take issue with this, Any thoughts, Joe, in the immediate aftermath of that decision?
No one knows Anthony Pettis better than Duke Roufus. If Duke Roufus thinks it's a good idea to stop the fight, there's no way anyone should disagree with that. He knows what should be done and what shouldn't be done. It's one of his biggest weapons. If he broke his hand, and it seemed like he didn't want to continue either. Yeah. He didn't want to fight this monster with one hand. Right. You know, it's a good move because Tony Ferguson probably would have just beat the snot out of him.
And how about the outpouring of emotion from Tony Ferguson? We tried to set it up as best we could, but what the last 6 months have held for this absolute warrior of a human being to come back and produce the way he did tonight is truly the stuff of legends. His UFC record lightweight winning streak is now 11. And for Anthony Showtime Pettis, his stock rises in defeat here tonight. This replay brought to you by Nurmagomedov, bold character since 1872.
You can't be anything but thankful for these gentlemen for a fight like that. Incredible. And here we go. Insane. The big right hand lands. He throws an inside kick and Pettis just hits him with a huge right hand and just puts him down. Then here you see he's cut and he's finally just like, yes, this is what I wanted. Havoc. And he gets it. Ferguson cuts him over his left eye. Elbows, grabbing the hands the whole time. Non-stop punches, trading. These guys are fighting in a phone booth, bleeding all over each other, bleeding all over us. Reckless abandonment. Bodies were put on the shelf and they just didn't care. Then Ferguson looking back at Pettis. Got you. Got you. You're done. I see you.
Well, we built Bruce Buffer now with that decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 2, Anthony Pettis' corner has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson.
Okay, gentlemen, you understand the rules. You fight under, you listen to me, you keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's do it.
The wait is over. This is a rematch that Joe Rogan and others have said had to happen. And 14 months after the first meeting, it shall be done. Dustin Poirier, 21st UFC start against the former champion, the Underground King, Eddie Alvarez. Our main event is underway. Tonight's Fight Clock is sponsored by Mile 22, starring Mark Wahlberg, in theaters August 17th.
Eddie Alvarez said he was going to throw leg kicks. He said there's no way that Dustin Poirier could have recovered that quickly after taking all that leg damage that he took from Justin Gaethje. Said he spoke to Justin Gaethje, and Gaethje said, throw leg kicks.
And he feels like the leg kicks and also the body kicks are there when you're orthodox versus southpaw fighter. And that is the reality we have here tonight. Alvarez ripping the body effectively here early.
And you saw that in the fight against Gaethje. He did a fantastic job of throwing body strikes. And as the fight went longer, it wore on Justin Gaethje. Poirier usually fights very well at range. Real good with the jab. Straight left hand is his best strike.
Yep. Looked like maybe a clash of heads after Poirier landed the left hand, but thankfully nobody got opened up.
Poirier said this time when he got him hurt, he would take his time. He wouldn't rush so that he could get Eddie Alvarez out of there if he had the opportunity again.
Poirier sticks the jab and moves. About a minute gone by here in round 1 of a possible 5.
That's one of the things people don't notice about Dustin Poirier is he throws the jab, but that straight left hand comes out quick. He does not have to throw a jab before he throws the one, like throw a 1-2. He can just fire that left hand out there, and because he hits so hard, it has a damaging effect on his opponents.
Good to have you with us on Fox UFC Fight Night. John Anik, Daniel Cormier on hand here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This our main event, the rematch between lightweight contenders Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. Nicely done there by Dustin, who now closes the distance. Alvarez rips the body and then goes upstairs. Alvarez doing a pretty good job following up the body shots here early tonight.
Alvarez had a lot of success with Gaethje going to the body, but they were conventional fighter versus conventional fighter. As a southpaw, it's a little bit harder to find that liver. But the southpaw kicking has a much easier time trying to find that liver shot that we saw Jose Aldo just finish Jeremy Stephens with.
The Poirier corner was expecting Alvarez to wrestle tonight. At least at times in this fight. Alvarez 12-0 takedown ratio in his UFC career. He has never been taken down. Poirier showboating a little bit. He's starting to find his range as we come up on 2 minutes here, round one.
It's because they're fighting at range. They're long, right? Dustin can be long on Eddie Alvarez. Eddie's very aware of this. He told us in the fighter meeting, I've got to get close when I'm fighting this kid. I cannot let him stay at range where he's comfortable. Got to make it dirty. But right now, he's standing at the end of Dustin Poirier's punches.
Poirier with a kick to the body. Short shots by Alvarez and a nice combination there.
Eddie's doing a really good job of countering as Dustin enters.
Alvarez feinted the shot. Unofficially 0 for 2 on his takedown attempts thus far.
Both fighters are much more patient this time.
Yep.
Really taking their time trying to find the shot. They know how durable and tough each of their opponent is, you know, so they've got to take their time.
And of course, that last fight at UFC 211 May of 2017 was only scheduled for 3 rounds. This a 5-round main event. Alvarez again realizing success to the body. Alvarez 1 for 4 on his takedowns in the first meeting. Body strikes on point for Eddie Alvarez early, coming up on 30 seconds to go round one.
Nice jab by Poirier. That right hand, he's throwing the jab, and sometimes he's throwing the right hand over the top. Good combination by Dustin. Eddie picks the pace up a little bit. Nice slip and rip by Alvarez.
Alvarez with some nice lands. Poirier counters. But a strong open for the former UFC champion. Round 2 straight ahead on Fox. Urgently called for the cutman who was not in there when Alvarez first took the stool so they could attend to specifically that damage underneath the left eye.
That's coming from the jab. Poirier's doing a good job of throwing the jab and throwing that left straight. And even though he's not throwing it with 100% hard, you know, it's just landing. He's just touching him over and over again. Oh, nice spinning.
And that one landed.
Yes. Nice job by Alvarez. Good setup to that attack.
Poirier's chin held up as Alvarez attacks the body yet again. Nothing doing on that quick choke attempt by Eddie Alvarez, and Poirier gets back to his feet here early round 2. Level change from Alvarez. Poirier
jumps
working on a choke. Big wins from Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez is doing a good job, though. He's just pressing him into the fence, trying to stay calm. Poirier doesn't have it. He has to be smart here. Oh, it's under the arm. Eddie's trying to change the angle. Poirier's got to be very careful. Now he's starting to get deep. Nice job by Eddie Alvarez. That is a veteran. Been in the game a long time. Now Poirier has to be smart here. He can blow up his arm, or he can let this go.
And the pro-Alvarez crowd responds as Alvarez gets out of that choke attempt, or Dustin bails. 6 career wins by submission for Poirier. Has never had one by way of that guillotine. And now we'll see what Alvarez can do 90 seconds into this second round. A lot of energy expenditure on both sides, but for Dustin Poirier, burning out those arms a little bit, DC, you'd think, going for the guillotine.
Yeah, he did. You know, he was holding on to that guillotine, and Alvarez was kind of holding him up. But it looked like he was holding on to the fence as Dustin was trying to guillotine choke him here.
Okay, yeah, so we were just able to look at a replay of Eddie Alvarez seemingly grabbing the fence, and it looked like Mark Goddard, that's what he was urgently getting over there to stop. And now Alvarez with a dominant position, Poirier up against the fence.
Got him stacked up against the side of the octagon. Poirier's gonna have to give his back to get to his fence, yep. Alvarez slips a hook in. Poirier's gonna have to go back to the mat here. He's gonna have to go back to the mat. This is a neck crank.
Alvarez cranking the neck.
He's got a neck crank there. Poirier needs to be fighting the hands, though. He's got to relax and fight the hands.
That choke is not under the chin, so just a crank at this point.
Yeah,
DC.
and it's just uncomfortable. It sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. It does suck, but Poirier needs to fight the hands, though. He's not even attempting to fight the hands yet. He's going to circle back into Alvarez. Alvarez right into the mount. Great grappling by Eddie Alvarez.
This is a round that has had a whole lot of different elements to it. Still 2 minutes to go.
See, it's tough for Alvarez to get big shots off, but he's controlling Poirier with his hips. Look at how much he's feeding his hips. Whereas he's not landing the big damage, but he's still able to actually move into him and keep it secure. But then he throws a 12 to 6 elbow. I mean, I don't understand how Eddie keeps making these mistakes this long into his career.
The elbow has to be on an angle.
Listen, you can't go 12 to 6. Not my rule, I have to call it. Don't go 12 to 6, okay? Come back in. Positions taken away.
Here's a look at the elbow. Straight up and down. You cannot go straight up and down. It has to have an arch,
right,
or it has to turn in some way. You cannot go straight up and down, even if it's to the shoulder.
And Mark got it all over it. As such, Alvarez relinquishes the position. Back to the center of the octagon here, about 90 seconds to go, round 2. These guys just can't avoid controversy.
Oh! Big knee by Poirier. He's hurt. He hurt Alvarez. Alvarez is hurt again.
Alvarez tries to level change now, cover it up. Right eye's already closed.
You see if Poirier takes his time like he said.
Oh, big knees from Poirier.
Alvarez is hurt.
Alvarez dealing with some swelling with that left eye, and the pressure from Poirier continues.
You see him trying to take his time and find his shot a little bit better. Alvarez is done. Eddie Alvarez is done.
Big right hand.
Alvarez is still swinging, though. Look at this. What a warrior, Eddie Alvarez. That's the Poirier finish.
That was it. Dustin Poirier closes the rivalry and knocks out Eddie Alvarez.
Wow. What a performance. Eddie Alvarez throwing the 12 to 6 elbow ended up costing him the fight because Poirier got back to his feet, hurt him with the hands, and got the finish.
Dustin Poirier, a picture of composure, though, during all of those potentially compromising situations. Poirier delivers again, this time on the biggest stage of his career. Dustin Poirier gets the better of Eddie Alvarez tonight, and Poirier's had a lot of big wins in the UFC, 16 of them now. You gotta think this is the sweetest moment of his professional life.
Oh, it has to be. And this is another former UFC champion now. Anthony Pettis and Eddie Alvarez, both in the span of 3 fights. Man, it doesn't get much better for this. And for a kid from Lafayette, Louisiana, this is a big, big moment for Dustin Poirier.
All right, let's get to the move of the fight, sponsored by Metro PCS. Get knockout coverage of the UFC on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S.
Right here, you see Dustin Poirier measuring. Alvarez throws the inside kick, gets checked, and then the straight left hand lands right on the chin of Eddie Alvarez. Right here, Dustin recognizes that one took an effect, and then a big knee on Alvarez coming in, follow up with shots. Just throwing too many in a row. You cannot take 3-4 shots in a row from a guy that's as heavy-handed as Dustin Poirier. From the back, it looked like here, Eddie's already hurt. He's not out yet. It's all the follow-up damage, these clean shots, that ended it. He took kicks, he took punches, and went out on his shield. If you like watching fights, there should be no one you like watching better than Eddie Alvarez, because this guy brings it. But great finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 5 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
I told you so. Due to injury, in steps another top contender, Jacare Souza. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Souza in yellow, Chris Weidman is in black.
Jacare immediately stalking Chris Weidman, controlling the center of the octagon with a low stance.
Nice little 1-1-2 there from Chris. Ooh.
Nice stick there by Weidman. Jacare's coaches feel like his hands have looked as good as ever during this last training camp.
He's got to be careful, though. The way he just pulled out of that exchange, he pulled straight back with his hands down, and Jacare threw a big overhand, and it missed. But that's something you got to watch out for. You don't want to just slide back with no defense with a guy who throws bombs like Jacare.
And there's that right hand you were just talking about.
Yeah, he might not have the most finesse. He might not have the craziest technique when it comes to his kickboxing, but Jacare will wind up and crack you with it.
And he's so strong. And not just, look at that. Even his grappling, but just every aspect of his game. His power and his kicks, his punches. And as you said earlier, his squeeze must be out of this world.
Some good feints there from Weidman. I like that. He's trying to keep him guessing, not overcommitting.
Weidman trying to stick that jab. Big right hand from Souza fails to land.
And a question for me is Weidman going to avoid kicking? He doesn't want to go to the ground with Jacare. Most likely he wants to stand up, and if he goes to the ground, he wants to be the one that initiates where it happens.
Wants to be on top if he's down there.
Does not want to have that guy on his, on top of him, crushing him.
469-day layoff for Chris Weidman ends tonight, the longest of his 10-year career.
Nice.
Nice combination.
Big right from Weidman early.
He stung him with that right hand. Beautiful combination by Weidman.
Now, Chris being smart here. When you hurt a guy like Jacare, or somebody as experienced as him, you see that he's stunned. If you rush in, you know his first instinct is going to be to throw the biggest punch or the biggest counter he can find. And Chris saw that. Ooh, nice little liver shot there from Jacare.
And now Souza over the top.
It's getting hot in here.
Yep.
They're mixing it up.
And what do we have? We got ourselves a kickboxing match between two of the world's, possibly some of the greatest grapplers in the UFC.
Nice leg kick by Jacare.
Good counter from Chris.
Yeah, beautiful counter.
Wow.
Wow, that's a loud USA.
The Souza corner imploring him to move forward and close the distance. Weidman lands partially with the left hand.
I like the head movement of Souza.
Yes.
Much more head movement than we're usually seeing from him.
You're right, and his new coaches, James Taylor, Julian Williams, Fusion Excel Performance in Orlando, they don't get a lot of credit, but those guys have been there a long time. They know what they're doing.
Jacare needs to hide that kick better. He needs to put it behind some hands. Because Weidman's just not there for it.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even seen a takedown attempt from either guy yet, Joe.
No.
And this is what we thought would happen.
Yeah.
We thought it would play out mostly on the feet. And so far, Chris does look sharp. His hands do look good. Jacare, though, avoiding most of it, high guard, and moving his head at the same time.
And there's that straight right again.
Yeah, he snuffed that one through.
1 minute to go in round one.
Blood coming out of the nose of Jacare. And Weidman mixing it up, going to the body with that jab as well. Ooh, there's a hard leg kick.
Immediately welted that leg. Unless that was from the first one he landed in the fight. Ooh. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, loads up, nothing doing. Weidman jab on point.
Oh, nasty liver shot again by Jacare. He's doing a great job. Oh, again.
Oh, they both got rocked there.
Souza now busted up, under 30 seconds to go in the round.
Yeah, his nose is really bleeding heavy now.
But I think that woke him up a little bit. I think now he knows maybe he's getting a little behind on the scorecards, landing these jabs from Chris Weidman. But Chris stalking him here. He's looking for that straight right again. That's why he's throwing that wide slapping hook.
Final seconds of the round here. Weidman seemed unfazed by the body shots that landed from Souza. Both guys had their moments, 5 minutes down. But everything has worked off of that jab for Weidman here tonight. We'll see the extent to which Souza has recovered.
Nice leg kick by Weidman.
And that was what Ray Longo called for after round one.
Oh, Jacare with the right hand over the top, but Chris is getting in with that jab again.
Sharp. His hands look sharp.
Sharp and good movement.
Yeah, he's not staying there for the counter, because you know Jacare is going to come back with a big right hand or a big leg kick. He's throwing his, check that one. Yeah, we know what happens when Chris Weidman can check a leg kick, as we've seen before. Oh, I was waiting for that, Joe. I was going to say, the way he's throwing that left hook, a lot of times you either have a couple options, that straight right down the pipe, but he can slap and throw that big, almost like that Conor McGregor uppercut, big wide uppercut.
Jacare is trying to turn this into a brawl. He's like, enough of this technical striking. Nice left hook to the body by Jacare.
Well, that's what he's got to do. He's got to start making this ugly to stay in this fight.
Oh, hard leg kick.
He's brawling now, Joe.
He really is. He's going for it.
That right hand got Weidman's attention. Now another one for good measure.
But good defense there from Chris.
Good front kick up the middle by Jacare. Oh,
that one
he
landed.
rolled with that. It landed, but he's doing it. Oh, another nasty left to the body by Jacare. Right hand over the top again. They're exchanging knees.
Nice.
Knee lands there for
Did
Souza.
that hurt him? No, he shook it off. No takedown. I'm surprised Jacare hasn't even tried to take the fight down.
Crazy. Two of the very best in the world just...
Oh!
Woo! Jacare got hurt by that. He's hurt.
Yeah, he didn't like that. Chris smells that blood. He's stalking him. That leg kick would be there for Chris right now, too.
Good head movement there by Chris. Just barely missed that knee. Jacare keeps going to that left to the body. And look at the right side of Chris Weidman's body. Woo! Oh!
Wow. Leather being landed on both sides here as we approach the midpoint of round 2.
Man, Jacare like a zombie in there, man. He's just marching through all this.
Some swelling around his right eye, bleeding out of the nose.
Yeah, he's bleeding pretty good, John.
He's got his mouth wide open now, too. He can't breathe out of his nose, which makes him more susceptible to getting knocked out.
Yeah, that nose is broken.
Yeah, it's smashed. At this point,
but he's still fighting, man.
Uppercutting out of the body. Jacare mixing up the strikes beautifully here.
And he's spinning him around as he's throwing that left hook. Woo!
Chris slowed a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you know, health has been a big part of the narrative with Weidman. He said he didn't miss a day of training for this camp, and that has not always been the case.
Yeah, Jacare cannot breathe out of that nose, it looks like, whatsoever. Chris has got to go back to that. Start using that jab more. I mean, I did expect it when we said it was going to become a kickboxing match, but I thought at least maybe a takedown attempt.
Well, and I think Souza was expectant that Weidman would try to take him down, because that's what he's done to every UFC opponent, but
I would think not, though. I would think that Weidman would be the one who wouldn't want it on the ground.
Because he's got the defense.
Yes.
He's the one that can keep it on the feet.
Right. And he's the one that would be at the worst position if Jacare got on top of him. And even if Jacare's on the bottom, he's nasty. I mean, and Weidman respects that. He comes from a jiu-jitsu background. He understands.
All right, how about some Ray Longo and Matt Serra?
Get head kick after that. Take your time, Chris.
Back out.
Look to put him down.
How much time? How much time?
Chris, 45 seconds. Let's look to put him down. Block his knee and drive him down.
Matt Serra calling for the takedown from Weidman as we come up on 30 seconds in round 2. And a blatant fence grab there.
Yeah, clearly grabbing the fence there.
He's got his hands locked.
And gets him down. Jacare rolls. Jacare on top.
Wow. Woo! Souza loaded up on that right hand, just missed. How about this co-main? Jacare Souza, Chris Weidman. As we said off the top, a lot of mutual respect between these two combatants. No overstating the importance of these 5 minutes in terms of the landscape of this UFC middleweight division.
That nose is really bothering Jacare. You saw him in there trying to clear it out.
Ooh, nasty leg kick right there.
And again, Matt Serra asking for the takedown.
Beautiful kick from the body by Weidman. A right hand by Weidman.
Man, I'll tell you, Chris, again with that body shot. Head movement from Jacare.
Oh, again with the leg kick. What a fight.
Oh, man. Nice right hand.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
It's madness.
Souza with a nice string of strikes here to begin round 3.
You know, and I think that really speaks to Jacare's cardio. He can't breathe out of his nose whatsoever right now, and he is pressuring forward and slinging. Imagine how good he could look if he could breathe.
Knee up the middle by Weidman. Oh, man. Weidman's hands have never looked sharper.
No, he looks great. And he's got a body on him today because Jacare has tested it. He has thrown that left dig to the body like 20 times.
Nice uppercut there by Weidman.
Oh! That's his bread and butter.
Oh! Weidman poured it on.
I like that. I love that little double right hand to set things up. That's one of my favorite things. Just touch, touch, you follow up with your left. Let's see if Chris tries to utilize that at all. Flying knee. He's rolling with that right hand.
He's rolling with the punches. I mean, his head looks like it's getting snapped back. He's definitely getting hit, but he's relaxed enough, and he's had enough sparring and striking now that he's rolling with punches more, instead of just taking them and stiffening up.
Under 3 minutes now to go.
Jacare likes that front kick up the middle.
Yeah.
And that'll take a lot out of your sails.
And it's not like a teep, not like a Muay Thai. It's a karate, Taekwondo style.
Yeah, he's snapping it in there. Oh!
Man, he's a savage in there today.
Oh,
look at that
again.
kick to the body.
Oh! Big right. And now back to the body goes Souza.
Oh, no!
Weidman is down! Dan Miragliotta has yet to stop the fight. Souza stops striking. Now he stops it!
Wow.
Jacare Souza knocks out Chris Weidman!
That's crazy. Jacare tried to say stop the fight. Dan said it's not stopped yet. And he hit him again, and it clearly, Jacare was correct there.
In a career full of big wins, you can argue none bigger than that one for Ronaldo Jacare Souza.
Wow. What a fight. And Paul, this is literally exactly
what you were saying. We just talked about that.
Exactly. Anything can happen at any moment, and something just did. He got caught with a big shot. He got dropped and stopped. I mean,
you
literally
never know.
In a fight where, I mean, that's as close a fight as you're ever going to see.
Wow.
This replay brought to you by Nurmagomedov, bold character since 1872.
Unbelievable.
Such a crazy sport. And here it comes.
Right on the temple.
Right on the temple, and his legs
almost
just
delayed, right?
Yeah. His legs completely gave out, and Jacare pleads with the referee to stop it.
And you can see when Chris is, look at this, man.
Yeah, his eyes rolled back in his head, and Jacare says, come on, man.
He's too tough for his own good. Again. You let him hit him, what, four more times?
And look, he's hitting him completely defenseless. Chris doesn't even know what's going on. Let's see this again. Boom! His legs just shut off. He lays there, his eyes are rolled back.
Yeah.
And Jacare says, come on, man, this is over.
Props to Jacare. He didn't even want to have to put those shots in. He didn't even want to land those extra ones. He knew it was over.
And you understand, given the
Dan
stakes.
didn't help it out there at all.
Right.
Wow.
But for Jacare Souza, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Miragliotta has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 46 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by TKO, Ronaldo Jacare Souza.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're gonna keep this clean. Touch gloves and let's do it.
TJ willing to touch. Cody says no thanks. To quote my man Joe Rogan, this place is definite right now. What a pop for Cody Garbrandt. The buzzword for Cody has been adjustments. We'll see if he made the requisite ones in advance of this rematch with the bantamweight king, TJ Dillashaw, and we are underway. Garbrandt takes the center of the octagon in blue. TJ Dillashaw in the black and gold, befitting a champion. Tonight's Fight Club, brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925.
These boys are smiling at each other before the fight started, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of jabbering gonna go on back and forth. TJ's giving him a big grin, dancing around in front of him. Oh.
Can we have a fight like the one we just saw? Oh, can I take it? Hit the defibrillator. Get it ready.
Dillashaw embraces fight week to such an extent. He's smiling because there's no place he'd rather be than fighting another man at an octagon.
Especially this one.
Yeah.
I mean, he just loved the fact that he was able to stop Cody in that first fight, and he's been grinding that salt into the wound ever since.
Garbrandt has said repeatedly this week that speed is the biggest factor in this matchup, that of all TJ's skills, the one thing he can't come close to matching is Garbrandt's speed.
And in the build-up, you notice Cody Garbrandt trying to be a little more calm, a little more patient, trying not to lead with his emotions as he did the first time.
He's also throwing more kicks, like right away. And again, not to belabor this, but when Cody went into that fight with a bad back, it changes his stance.
Nice counterattack by Dillashaw, but Garbrandt landed a good right hand.
Dillashaw to the body. Garbrandt misses on the spinning attack. And Cody said when his back was at its worst, he said it was hard to even visualize himself in the octagon.
Oh, good shot to the body by Cody. Front kick to the body.
He's throwing way more kicks this time.
Yeah.
Oh, he hurt him. He just hurt TJ. But TJ landed a counter.
They both hurt each other, I believe.
Wow.
I think TJ might have hurt him with that right hand.
These boys are fast.
Oh, look at that.
Dillashaw, a feint heavy attack here early on. Garbrandt points down to the center of the octagon, says, meet me there.
A lot more kicks by Cody. They've made an adjustment for sure.
Dillashaw has built his own camp in California. Little slip there. Garbrandt trying to take advantage. Counter right from Dillashaw.
Dillashaw tagged him.
He got him again. It's the same mistake as the last time Garbrandt made. He goes in there trying to finish, and TJ counters.
Garbrandt fighting hands, trying to recover. 2 minutes to go in the round.
He's doing a good job of holding on to TJ's hands.
Hammer fist from Dillashaw here. Garbrandt back to his feet. We'll see if he has recovered.
His legs are still a little wobbly.
Dillashaw with a big mouse under that right eye.
There's plenty of time here.
Dillashaw wisely gets that left guard up.
It's when they get into these long exchanges, TJ hurts him. Cody still hasn't recovered fully yet.
Yeah, he still looks wobbly.
Cody's looping, trying to knock TJ out, whereas TJ's a lot tighter in there.
Another right hand. Again. Garbrandt nearly out on his feet. Big right hand! Oh, TJ Dillashaw gonna close this out. Garbrandt trying to recover. A warning from Herb Dean for a shot to the back of the head. Garbrandt in a world of trouble. Big knee.
Oh, that's it.
TJ Dillashaw has done it again. 2-0 over Cody.
He did it quicker this time.
There is no question as to who is the king of the bantamweights, and you might be looking at the greatest 135-pound fighter of all time.
There's no question.
And he's finishing them.
He's the greatest.
He's finishing fights. He is finishing guys, and he did it faster this time. He knocked him out in the second round the first time. This time he did it in the first.
Wow.
In terms of the striking differential, in terms of the numbers, that was Dillashaw's biggest advantage, the biggest discrepancy between these two fighters. Dillashaw, the harder party to hit, and he connected early and often tonight as he hands Cody Garbrandt a second consecutive loss after he began his career 11-0.
Wow. How's your heart?
Oh, man.
Let's take a look at it again here.
You see them both land here. Right hand by Garbrandt, boom! Right hook by TJ. Both go staggering back. But look at this. That's the problem. Cody Garbrandt is loading up. You can see him loading, and TJ's just a little bit tighter. And once you're hurt for the TJ Dillashaw, it's over, man. You cannot afford to be on wobbly legs in front of a guy like this that knows how to finish, because he will find the shot that will close the show. When he couldn't finish Cody here, he landed that knee. Watch it right here. He's beating him up. He's beating him up, trying to find a kill shot. That's not working. Soon as Cody turns, TJ goes tight clinch knee. It's over. At this point, Cody Garbrandt's done. I know he didn't go to the ground, and he wants to continue to fight. Right.
But that's because he's a fighter. Fight was done. Great stoppage. Look.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 10 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, TJ Dillashaw.